Hey guys, so I'm gonna go and ask you questions in general. I'm one of those people where I go to bed and I ask myself lots of questions. That's just how I am. Honestly, if you meet me in person, you'll see that I ask loads of questions and it annoys a lot of people. I'm just filled with questions. I think that questions is what makes life interesting, to be honest. To keep searching for more and more questions. I think it's incredible, and I think that more and more people should and not be afraid to question things. And I just want to go and ask you questions, and you can just say it in your mind. You don't even need to speak it out loud, because I know a lot of people do not want to go and say certain things out loud because it's cringe or it's weird, it's odd, blah blah blah. And I think a lot of people are afraid of that, and really, who cares? Like, just remind yourself, a certain amount of years are, people around you are going to be dead. So, once they're dead, there's obviously no more thoughts and all that. And so at the end of the day, you could have done whatever the heck you wanted, right? So my question is to you is, have you ever felt that nobody understands you? That you feel that no matter how much you say something, they don't understand you? No matter on what you do, nobody understands you. No matter how much you ask for help, nobody understands you. Or you ask for help in certain actions, but people aren't picking it up. I think that a lot of people feel that nobody understands them, and there's no point in discussing your thoughts, or that the things that you think of don't matter, and that your way of thinking is messed up, or that nobody else sees what you see, or that everything feels so difficult to you, and you always ask yourself, what did you do wrong? Or when you go to bed, you're replaying everything in your head, and you're trying to understand a certain conversation that you had, or a conversation that you saw through a video, or that you watched a movie, and you're trying to make sense of it and trying to relate it to your life. And you ask yourself, when something happens, there's a coincidence of it relating to you. Or at least to me, I have felt that. Actually, I have this coincidence. It was yesterday. I was walking my dog, and I don't know, I've discussed a lot at the very beginning. I think on my other channel on YouTube, I have discussed that I used to have very negative thoughts. And then I went and stopped hearing those thoughts. And it's more now kind of just no thoughts whatsoever, actually, which is great. It's silence. It's amazing. And all of a sudden, I had this thought in my mind, and I said, I receive money, or something like that. And I don't even know, but I was walking down the parking lot, same exact parking lot, and I walked it several times, like in that time frame. And when I said, oh, I receive money or something like that, went and saw like a bunch of coins on the ground. I was like, well, what the heck just happened? Because I went up and down and I literally did not see, I swear. I never even saw it. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing all these coins and I picked them all up. And I went and I picked it all up and it ended up being 10 cents, whatnot. And then I got this fortune cookie. I give all my fortune cookies to my dog, but I read the fortune cookie and it says that my financial abundance is coming in August. I'm like, please. But yeah, I just there's a lot of coincidence and all that, and I just or I'll see something and there's a coincidence. There's actually one coincidence that I meant to say, but I kept forgetting to make this video. So I went and mentioned that I had this dream about pet insurance, and I talked about like this propeller or something like that. This dream propeller, it was called like Propel Pet Insurance and whatnot. And in my mind I saw a helicopter, and usually when you think of a helicopter, at least for me, I think of it's saving lives in general. And so at least that's what it symbolizes, in my opinion. And so I'm not even kidding, but that very next day I ended up seeing a helicopter at the hospital. It was like literally a few feet away from me, and it was the exact same helicopter. Like, it looked exactly like it. It was this green one, and it was this green one. It was this pretty big helicopter, and this person was on a stretcher coming out of it, going to a rehab center. And I was like, whoa, this is the exact same helicopter that was in my dream. That was so weird. But yeah, coincidences, kind of like that. And I don't know, I just try to make sense of coincidences. And deep in my mind, I think that everything happens for a reason, and a lot of time we don't understand it, or never will understand it, because some things just don't make sense, or something so cruel happened and you're like, why? And I mean, sometimes we'll never understand it. I don't know. And or you just wonder if the universe is just random and there is no trying to good and bad. Who knows? Like, we try to go and think there is good and bad in this world, and who knows? Honestly, I think possibly it could be all just neutral, and there is no such thing as good and bad, and it's just random for no apparent reason. But I don't know, it's confusing to me because there's always two sides of, well, more than just two sides of any kind of thing that happens, situation, objects, the way things turned out, events, whatnot, it's just so random. Like, it could be, there is nothing that is, meaning that everything is making you better, or a certain path or something like that. Like, we maybe say those things to make ourselves feel better about ourselves, or when something bad happens, then we try to make sense of it, or something good that happens, but in reality it could be just random for no apparent reason, and the whole world is just random, and we think there's good and bad, but in actual reality it's just all neutral. There's all different sides of things, and it's all perspective, whatnot. That's just what I think. And I just ask myself a lot of questions, and you know, I just really enjoy just understanding things and just keep on questioning everything, and you know, making sense of what's around me and bring more awareness out on, you know, your actions and the way you think and what's around you and just life in general. And yeah, and who knows, there could be just no meaning of life, and you know, who knows if there's a path. Like, we just make that all up about paths. You know, you're supposed to go here or there or whatever. Like, who knows, maybe it's just there's no path and then you just do whatever, you know. But yeah, I just really like to bring up questions and rethink things. And yeah, just let me know. Are you like this too? Do you go and replay things in your head like a movie? I love making up music videos in my head. Oh my goodness, like, I love doing that. One day I might be making some music videos. That'd be amazing. Can't sing, but I could go, and I'm very creative, so I could go and create the most weirdest music videos that you've ever seen in your entire life, because I think of it all the time in my mind. And then or just like, if you created a movie of your life, what would it look like? I have done that multiple times. I would love to one day, when, you know, I have better equipment and I could bring in more people, I could go create a video of what I think a movie of what would be my life, I think, in my mind. I don't know, I just think it'd be so cool. Or you know, making up stories. So I write and all that. I actually wanted to share some stories of mine, and I wrote a book too, but I don't think the timing is right yet. I don't know. And yeah, because there's one point where I was going to publish it, and then when I did, you know, and I thought I was gonna put it on my other YouTube channel where I barely have subscribers. And I don't know, I thought, like, in my mind, you know, well, seeing how other YouTubers, because like I said, I've watched YouTubers for a lot of my life, and you know, seeing how their layout is and how they went and saw it as a business, they started like going, you know, start making money out of it, and you know, like selling books and all of that. But I think I'm learning that actually you need to create a community first before you go do that. Then you only have two and then start selling things. It doesn't work like that, apparently, I've learned. But yeah, I think, yeah, but when I was gonna go and publish my book, yeah, I got totally scammed by this car mechanic, big time. So I didn't have anything to go and, you know, publish the book and all that, but it's whatever. So yeah, maybe there'll be a better time for it. But yeah, I just really enjoy like questioning things, and you know, laying in bed and just asking myself lots of questions, you know. That's just who I am as a person. And yeah, I think a lot of people, they're like, how do you have that many questions? Like, oh my god, like and a lot of people can't even like answer them because they're so hard. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'll ask my husband, what's the meaning of life? And he's like, now you ask them. Like, it's like, it's 12 a.m. I'm like, well, I just, you know, I just like wonder about that. And it's like, oh my god, why do you ask these existential questions to me? I'm like, I don't know, that's just who I am. Like, I just think of all those things. And Yeah, I just know, at least for me, I felt for a very long time that people just didn't understand me, didn't understand my thought processes, and you know, why we do the things that we do, and we do things automatically that we don't even mean to. And you know, once you learn that you're programmed to act a certain way and then be aware of it, you're like, oh, like that's why I do that. You know. And so yeah, because some people have like OCD of certain things, and they're like, I don't know why I do it. And then once you're self-aware, you go and realize, oh, that's why. Because you know, this person made me feel this way when I was 5. And you're like, oh, like something that happened like years ago, and you're like, why does it still affect me, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I just really like questioning everything around me. Let me know, are you like this too?